Okay, before we move on to the next exercise, which is really the most advanced exercise, question 11, I just want to show you the community survey question. It is part of your Stata 1 folder. I think it is good to look at the actual question. Especially if you might end up working for Stats SA, you never know. Okay. Okay, C drive, data, community survey. So we call it the mini census unofficially. So always expect the first session would be about personal characteristics. You see your name, first name, age, gender, ethnicity group, and so forth, okay? And then relationship with the household head, marital status, and then birthplace and so forth. There are a few questions on your migration status, and then some questions on your disability status and whether you receive social grant, and then some questions on educational attainment, okay? Okay, you can see all these categories. Okay, if you are interested, you can go through the questionnaire. And then a few questions to distinguish the employed from unemployed and inactive. So there is a labor market session. You can also go through that when you have time. And then finally, some questions on mortality. Okay. Okay, and then even questions on your income. Okay, and then the last session is about the household non-income welfare, ownership of assets. I always think the radio question should be left out nowadays. No one is going to purchase a radio. Okay, they will still listen to radio programs, but probably using their mobile phone. Okay, and then some questions on water, electricity access, sanitation, refuse removal, and the type of dwelling. Okay, so you can have a look of the questionnaire. Okay, question 11 relates to another questionnaire called Income and Expenditure Survey, IES. So you see the keywords income and expenditure. So the aim of the IES is to capture information on your household income and household expenditure. But there are some questions asked on non-income welfare. It is a very long questionnaire. Okay, so when you have time, you can go through the question. Again, starting with questions on your gender, race, education, and so forth. Okay, and then some questions on education all the way, and then there will be long sessions on your expenditure on different categories, housing, recreation, and so forth. And then followed by a session on your income from different sources. You work as an employee, you work as a self-employed, and so forth. And even other types of income earned from investment, remittances that you receive, even the lotto winnings. Okay. Okay. So when you have time, you can go through the IES. Okay. And then I want us to look at the IES data. So there will be 3 starter files. So let's look at the first one. So this is a person level file. Okay. So look at the way Stats SA named the variable. So this is a unique household number, person number, and then you can see the way Stats SA named the variables. There is some linkage with the question number. So this one, Q112 means the question comes from section 1, question 1.2. Okay, if I interpret correctly, it is about the gender. Unique number, again, I think I explained earlier that people staying in the same household, they would be given the same unique household numbers. This is why these 3 members, they belong to the same household. They will be given the same unique household number. And again, Stats SA usually allocate person number 1 to the household head. Okay? And then I want to explain the weight variable, person weight. Remember, due to time and budget constraint, it is impossible for Stats SA to interview every single person in the population. So they can only interview a sample of people, but when we derive the results, we have to include the weight variable from now on, actually, strictly speaking. Then we will obtain the weighted population estimate. So let me do an example. If I only take province without the weight, then it means the sample size for this person level file will be 95,000. Okay, but what if I want to know the weighted population figure? So I would tag province, but now I need to be careful. Square bracket, open square bracket. W means weight, equals, I actually don't need space, integer. In other words, I need to round off the person weight to integers, and then the person weight, close round bracket, and then close square bracket. So I repeat again, you need to be careful that is your square bracket here, and then the round bracket for the person weight. Okay, then you would see that at the time of the IES 2010, there were about 50,000 people in the country. Okay, so from now on, we are going to apply weight. Okay, person weight for person level file, and then household weight I'm going to show you now for the household level file. Okay, so the person file means these questions could be answered by everyone. Okay, but then for the household level file, those questions were only answered by one person in the household, namely the household head. So let's open household one file. Okay, so you can see the unique number. Okay, only the household head could answer the question. This is why you will only see each unique household number would appear once. Okay, and then you see the household weight there. So let's do a tab on province. So how many households took part in IES? 25,000. But what if I want to know the weighted figures? How many households were there in total in the country at the time of IES 2010? So tab province, but weight, integer weight, household weight. Okay, let me pause for 10 seconds until everyone is ready. Okay, so at the time of IES, there were 13,000 households. Okay, and then let's open. Okay, I also want to explain these things. I think these variables self-explanatory. The information on the household head, race, gender, age, education. Okay, and then two geographical variables, province and area type, household size, household weight, and then total consumption, CPI1. It is actually the sum of all these subcomponents, the spending on each category. You can see CPI-1A stands for the food and non-alcoholic beverages spending. 1B stands for alcoholic beverages, tobacco and narcotics spending, and so forth. Health spending there. And then CPI-1L, 1M, and so forth. So the sum of CPI-1A all the way to CPI-1M would give you your total consumption, CPI-1. CPI-3 stands for income. CPI-2 in-kind consumption, we hardly use this variable, but I can explain what we mean by in-kind consumption. So it means you really spend on certain items, but you actually don't really pay from your wallet. So in other words, you pay for your education, but you want an NSFAS bursary. So actually, someone pay your study fees on your behalf. So your bursary your spending on education from your bursary, it would actually fall under CPI-2. Okay. So this is the household one file. Okay, mainly information on consumption and income. Household two. Rather, it contains information on the non-income welfare variables. You can see radio, TV, etc. Unique number. So later we are going to do a question to merge household 1 and household 2 file together. So what does it mean? It actually means, let me explain with this example. This is why we need the unique number. So maybe in the first file, I have got 5 households. I just want to simplify explanation, and then the income, maybe 500, 400, okay. Okay, so that's the information from the first file. Let's say household 1 file. And then in the next file, household 2 file. Again, 5 households. So maybe that would mean radio. Yes, no, yes, yes, yes. So later you're going to learn the command to merge the 2 files together. But the crucial thing is this unique household number must exist in both files. So the unique number is the crucial variable that helps merging the 2 files together. So later I'm going to have this merge file. Okay, let me pause for 10 seconds to make sure everyone understands. Okay, so if you think you're ready, let's open household 1 file. And by the way, the do file, okay, let me start from scratch. But try not to just execute the command, but I just want to open the do file just in case I also struggle, because I may not remember every single command. So we are doing question 11 now. So command, actually line number 454, and then I put asterisk there, so it means this is not a command, this is just a personal note. So I've just opened household 1 file, so in other words, I have done this command under line number 456. Okay, so let's do 11.1, which is the easiest question. I just want to know the number of households in each racial category, in each gender category, and in each province. And from now on, we have to apply the weight variable. And we are using a household level file, so we are going to use household weight. Okay, so let's do 11.1. I think it should be very straightforward. Tab this weight, household weight. Okay, so you can see the weighted number of households by race and then the percentage distribution. So about 3/4 of the households at the time of IES 2000, they came from the African population group. Okay, and then the next one, by gender. Gender of household head. It will be interesting to note the proportion of households headed by females. Okay, 40%. Okay, which is quite a large proportion. Okay, the next one, I just want to know the geographical distribution of the households. Okay, so about 1/4 lived in Gauteng at the time of IES 2010. Okay, I hope you are happy with the first sub-question, which is pretty straightforward. Next one, derived per capita income. Okay, we already have the household size, and we know CPI-3 stands for income. So generate per capita income equals household income divided by household size. CPI-3 stands for the household income divided by the household size. Okay. I'm not going to waste time on the labeling anymore. Okay. Okay, so I allow you to be lazy. We can just execute this command. Okay, to do the description on the variable. Okay. Okay, happy with that? Next one. This is a new command for you called Xtile. Okay, so in other words, I want to divide the households into different groups. Okay, same proportion in each group. Okay, so this is called Xtile. If I want to create a quintile, quintile means I want to divide the households into 5 groups, 20% each. Okay, using which variable? Per capita income. So Xtile per C, sorry, quintile actually, equal per C. Weight, household weight, okay, comma, NQ 5. It means I want to divide the households into 5 groups. Okay, and then I tap quintile. I just want to make sure I really have about 20% in each quintile. Okay, indeed, about 20%. Okay, so maybe I do another example. What if you want to divide the households into deciles? It means 10 groups, 10% each. So let's do this combine. Decile, I must specify using per capita income, household weight, but this time NQ, you put 10. It means you want to divide the households into 10 groups. And then let me tap decile. So this is a bonus question for you. Okay. So more or less I get 10%. Okay. So I repeat one more time. The command is Xtile, then the variable name. Then you must specify using which variable.